This is David with Morgan-Jade Ironworks. We're forging cattails. 5/16 round bar and 1-inch pipe, 16-inch wall. First thing is you got to put a tapered point on the round rod. I like to forge just 2 sides down, then center the point with 4 sides, move to 8, and then round it out. The taper is anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches. Not very long, just enough to put a point on it. Some final plenishing blows, clean it up, and there you have it. So when you want to make a 5-inch cattail, cut your pipe 6.5 inches. When you fuller it down, there'll be some extra material left over that gets trimmed off, which will shorten the actual size of your cattail from the length of pipe you cut. Here's our points all forged out. So just heat up the one end for now. It's good to have the back half not heated up. So we'll start fullering these down. You got to start out nice and slow, get that fuller groove started. You don't want to smash or flatten the end of the pipe, turn it into a triangle or something. Leaves a bunch of wrinkles and it just doesn't look good. Looks more like a wrapper on a Smarties candy instead of a cattail. So we'll just fuller this down. On this first end, you don't want to fuller it all the way down till the dies touch. I did over fuller this one, but you want to leave the opening open enough to be able to hammer the rod through and get that stem to stick out about 1 inch. Like I said, I over fullered this, so it'll only stick out about a 1/2 inch or so, but I can make it work. This cup on the end will displace, but that's fine. You're going to grind all that off. That's the material I was talking about earlier that you're going to lose. So just hammer that through. You do want it sticking out a little bit further, but this was workable. Next, we're going to fuller down the other end. But before I do that, I usually do fuller the first end down till the dies are touching, so it's nice and tight. Again, start out nice and slow. You don't want to crimp the pipe, and just slowly work it down till you get that groove set. You see how many hammer blows it takes. That's why it's nice to have a power hammer, but I have forged several of these by hand. It just takes more time and your arm wears out pretty quick. Drag a friend over, make him do it. So you'll hear these dies bottom out here pretty quick. There they go. And we're good. So we'll wire brush that, trim all those ends up. You can put a little weld on there if you want, but that's a finished cattail there. Anyway, just want to say thanks for watching. Again, it's 1-inch tube and 5/16 inch round rod for the stems. You can texture the stems if you want, and I do find it useful to make sure the dies are gauged down to exactly the finish size that I want. Anyway, have a good day.